Hello, good evening. I've started watching Hannah Witton's video today of cataloguing her wardrobe, and it's taking a long time to watch it just because my Wi-Fi is quite iffy on board the ship. But that's okay, I'm finally over halfway and I'm trying to just let it load so I can finish watching it before I go to bed. But anyway, I only got down to a few comments because as soon as she said it, I was like, I want to do that. And it's funny because I was actually recently thinking about this, how I'd love to. I was going to do a YouTube video of all my clothes, but if I can track it in an app, even better, and it gives me statistics, oh, beautiful. But I didn't get very far into the video and I started reading some of the comments because the Wi-Fi was being so stupid. And a lot of other people mentioned this app called Acloset. So I've downloaded it and I've not started adding anything to it because the Wi-Fi is so horrible and it's late at night, so I'll probably start tomorrow. Because I'm curious, and obviously I can only start with the things I have on board, which is not a lot of stuff. And if it tracks things, it obviously won't be tracking very accurately because most of the time I'll be wearing my uniform. Whereas if I'd filled it in like a month or 2 months ago, it would be totally different. And I can't wait to get back home and put all my clothes in. And even then I'll still be missing things because I'll have things in Australia. But I'm looking forward to at one point it all being complete. Although even then, Hannah Witton was mentioning cost per wear. Obviously the data will be totally inaccurate for that, because I'm not going to go back and work out how many times I've worn that London jumper, for example, which I think at the time cost me something like £30, but by now I've probably made it worth about a penny per wear. But I'm excited to get into it, and I just wanted to make this video because I know that this is going to be a haul video, and I wanted to record the day that I thought of it and was inspired to do it. So hopefully this is a success. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep watching this video and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Hello, I am really sorry about filming this on such a terrible camera. We're back on my iPad because I need my phone to film this video. As I mentioned about a month ago, I started using an app called Acloset, and it's sort of a digital closet thing that also sort of lets you use like an AI feature. I haven't had much chance to use it yet. A, I am living out of a suitcase, and B, it's quite reliant on Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi on board the ship is so hit or miss that it makes it really hard and frustrating to use. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, yesterday I added my 20th piece of clothing, which is meant to unlock statistics, and I love statistics. So, if it works, we're gonna have a look. Actually, what I'll do first of all, I haven't yet added in what I wore tonight, so I'm going to do that. And also, I've not been putting in my uniform, which on the whole is fine because I'm not going to be keeping those clothes. But it's annoying about the shoes because I wear the shoes every single day and they're not tracked properly. But aside from that, it's fine. So this is the home page, and I'm going to change that to today. I'm going to add to it. See, this is what I mean. See how a lot of the pictures aren't loading? That's because the Wi-Fi is poor. Let's see if it's got what I'm wearing today. No, it doesn't. Sometimes I like to just try and see if it works. Oh, this is going to be so frustrating if I don't have Wi-Fi. This is what happens when there's no Wi-Fi. It's because we're sailing at the moment. And specifically because we're sailing back to Budapest. Oh, no, that's not happening. Right, we'll leave that. Let's see if I can have a look. I don't know where to go. Settings? Style stats. All right. Why is it? Here we go. Okay, and I've now been using it for a month, so that's good as well. What are the clothes I've worn the most? Diana Ferrari, those are my black flats because I wear them basically every evening. The Urban Stitch is my owl dress. Fair enough that I've worn that a lot. Target is probably the leggings. I'm so sorry that we can't do this with pictures, but that's just how it is. Ganda is going to be this dress. Zara is going to be my black jeans. See there, it says that those shoes have only been worn 3 times, but actually I've worn them basically 30 times. And Portman's is that blue. Oh, that's interesting that it's quite high up. Although I suppose I think it's just showing all my clothes. Yeah. All right. Seasonal analysis? I don't know what this means. Oh, okay, we'll just leave that for now. So I am using 90% of my closet, and that is because I've basically only put in the items of clothing that I have with me, but I think I've put in 2 from online pictures, and that would make sense then with the 90%. Hidden deep in the closet. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there's the book dress that I did put in from online, and then there's the black dress that I wore for my cabaret, for the cabaret, which I've put in but I've not actually worn yet. And JJ's. What is from JJ's? That might be my watermelon top. That was actually my sister's. Anyway, high cost per wear. So the Wilder is these red sandals that I have, and that is not actually a high cost per wear because I bought them I think about 6 or 7 years ago, and I wore them quite a bit in Australia. I've obviously just not worn them very much on the ship. And again, the Nike shoes, we're not even going to count. No brand, no idea what that might be. Can I click? Well, it's not going to give me. Oh, that's just a vest top, that's fine. Portman's, again, that's not true because I've worn it way more. That's again the blue flowy top. Ganda, is that this one or the white one? It's blue, so it's this one. Fair enough, that probably is accurate because I haven't worn it very much outside of being on this ship, but it's also quite a new purchase, so that's alright. Primark, is that going to be the blue ones? Those are the blue Dumbo ones, which I have again worn loads. It's just not been registered yet. Most worn, yeah, we have those already. Clothes stats, let's have a look. Ooh! So, at the moment, my closet is a lot less than the average. But I wouldn't be surprised if when I do get back to the UK and I do get all my clothes back, I'll be higher than the average because I have so many clothes all over the world. My closet is worth almost £300. It's about £15 per item, wow. It's quite expensive. But most of my clothes are either second-hand or gifts from family members, so I can handle that. Most of my items are dresses, shocking, and that's actually the most expensive category as well. Oh, that's because I've got 2 items from Ganda, so that's this dress and the white thing I have, that are both quite expensive, but both of them my mum bought for me as a gift. Ganda items, yeah, that's fine. Ooh, mostly black. Oh, I love the colour wheel though. I'm gonna love that even more once I do actually get all my clothes in there. What's black? Oh, the leggings and the jeans and the dress. That would make sense. I love this. Oh, I'm gonna love this so much more when I have Wi-Fi and when I have more clothes, which is not gonna be for another few months. I love how dramatically I just clicked on tops. That really changes. Look at me have pink in my clothes. Weird. Ooh, I love the dresses. See, there we go. All my trousers are black or navy. My shoes, that looks like a football team or something. I wouldn't know which one, but it looks like a football team. This has made me very happy so far. Obviously the Wi-Fi thing is frustrating. That's still not got everything loaded. But I can't imagine I'll be doing another update anytime soon. I think probably not until I get back to the UK. Or maybe at the end of the season to see sort of how much I've worn everything. But there are just lots of things that I'm more likely to wear a lot more than other things, including those black shoes and this dress and the owl dress, because they're good evening dresses that aren't like too fancy. And both of those I would also potentially wear daytime, whereas a lot of other clothes I wouldn't necessarily. So there's a... yeah, this is not working. So there is a current sort of update on the Acloset app. I do really like it. I just wish it worked better and that I had more of my clothes with me, but that's not its fault, that's my own fault. Alright, and now, as you may have been able to tell from the time on my phone, it is very, very late, so I'm going to get ready for bed, and I'll see you all who knows when. Hello, it is the 6th of February, I believe, and I don't know when I last did an Acloset update. I'm pretty sure I started on the 1st of June, so that's what, 7 months ago, 8 months? I don't know. Or maybe it was the 1st of July. Anyway, for the summer season, it was easy enough because I just had the clothes in my suitcase and I took pictures of them as I wore them. I think I did at some point show you something, but I really can't remember, so sorry if I'm repeating stuff you would have just seen. But then when I came back for sort of, I think it was about 2 weeks, I literally just took pictures of the clothes as I was wearing them. And then for the winter season, I did the same thing. There were a couple of items in my cupboard that I hadn't already logged, so I logged them as I was wearing them. And then from the 1st of January, I included jewellery, which, to be fair, from the 1st of January wasn't very much. But then when I came here, which was probably the 2nd week of January, at some point I unpacked my bigger suitcases that had been in storage, and I decided to log some of the hanging stuff while I was putting it away. I didn't log everything because I got tired, but I did log some. And then obviously since then, I've just been logging things as I've been wearing them, again, including jewellery. And then today, and I was planning on filming a clip about Acloset anyway, sort of an update in this week. And today I thought I was watching Luke Cage with a friend, and I thought while I'm watching that, let me log at least some of my jewellery, because it's all just in a bag on my desk at the moment and I may as well log it.
So I started logging it, and I got to the penultimate pair of earrings. I was just doing earrings first, and I filled in all the details for the penultimate one. No, not even the penultimate one. It was the ultimate one. It was the last pair of earrings, I think. And I went to hit save, and it wouldn't let me. And actually, what's interesting, for the first time today when I went in to add those pictures, first of all, I noticed it had an advertisement when I opened it, which already was new. But then second of all, after every single picture that I logged, it would come up with an advertisement which I had to look at for, I think it was 20 seconds each time. So that was already getting on my nerves a little bit, but I was like, right, obviously if this is how they need to make money, fine. But then I went to save that last pair of earrings, and as I say, it wouldn't let me. It came up with a thing saying you've exceeded your maximum number of items of clothing or whatever, and you need to pay to upgrade. So I was a bit upset about that. And I went on the reviews on the Play Store, and I can see a few comments from a few different people saying the same thing, that they're fuming about this change. And for some people it's worse because they already had a closet with more than 100 items and now they can't access it at all. So I don't think that was a great move of Acloset. And a few of the reviews mentioned they were going to switch over to wearing, which I think is the one Hannah Witten used in her video, I believe, which inspired all this in the first place. So I've downloaded it and I've started to create an account. Let me see if I can record my phone. And now it's asking me, I don't know if you can see this, I'm hoping you can. It's asking me to select a minimum of one item from each category. I would love it if it had a function where I can just transfer the data from Acloset onto here, but I'm worried that's not going to be the case, so I'll have to start again from scratch. I'm not going to delete Acloset for now, just in case they realise that they've made a big mistake and let me add more. I don't know, I don't have clothes like these. Do you not just have anything regular? I've got a jumper, there we go. And the thing is, Acloset already had some issues for me. It was mostly good, but one thing that annoyed me was it considered hoodies as a top, so it wouldn't often let you do sort of a t-shirt and a hoodie. And then it would say things like this were outerwear, so it would be considered like a jacket. And there were just a couple of things that didn't work brilliantly, but it was good. I was enjoying it. Enough anyway. And I really don't want to have to start again. I suppose I've got jeans a bit like that. Why do they not just start with the basics? I suppose my trainers are a bit like that. Full body, I've got something a bit like that. Oh, I don't really have sunglasses. I've got earrings and belts and hats. Oh, will I start logging my hats as well? Oh, this has got a lot of accessories. Probably these are most similar to the ones I'm wearing now, actually. Oh, bags? Don't really have a bag. Will it not let me skip? No? That's annoying. Just pick the first one then. This is just very, very frustrating. I'm just gonna do this and then I'll deal with the rest. We're still watching, so I will leave the camera and come back to this, but I just wanted to do this bit on camera. Right, how do I... Don't care about that. Don't want to go shopping. That's my outfits of the day. This is my clothes. Aha. And how do I add things? There, add items. Oh, that's really annoying. Right, I'll deal with that later then. Very, very frustrating. I'm hoping Acloset realizes that it's made a mistake, but I don't know if they will. I understand that they need to make money, I just don't like the way they've done it. And also with no warning really. There was a weird pop-up, but I think it was in like Chinese or Japanese, I don't know. It was not in a language I could even begin to decipher for the last 3 days, and it wouldn't let me do anything. It was really strange. But yeah, I'm not happy about that. So we might be... Actually, the interface of wearing already looks nicer, but I just don't really want to log everything again. And then it's not going to have my statistics from the past 6 months, 8 months, whatever. So we'll see what we do with that. Anyway, I will leave it there for now, and I will catch up with you, I'm sure, about all this later. Bye! Hello, sorry about the bad lighting. I'm in my cupboard. I thought just while I'm putting away my clothes from the laundry, I want to give you an update on the wearing app. I have started, what I decided to do was just take screenshots of the pictures I already have in Acloset and then copy out the information. I do wish they had a transfer thing, I don't know what to call it, but alas, we make do. And I literally just took a screenshot and then copied out all the information. The one thing Wearing doesn't have, which Acloset does, is a place to put in when you bought it or when you got it. And I do really like that feature, but instead I've just added it to the notes. I also think Acloset has more colour options, and even if they don't have more colour options, I could be mistaken about that, they let you pick more, whereas Wearing only lets you pick up to 3, which I think is a shame. The only things I haven't logged now are any new jewellery that I need to add, or any other clothes obviously, all my tops except the one I'm wearing now, and all my dresses. But I've managed to log everything else, and I'm pretty proud of that because it was an awful lot. I think it's something like 55 items at the moment, which means that 45 of my clothes are just tops and dresses, and that's not even all my clothes.
But we're getting there, slowly but surely. And there are a lot of aspects I like. Oh, the other thing I don't like that Acloset does that Wearing doesn't, sorry this is so broken up, is with Acloset, it automatically removes the background, but then it gives you the chance to edit it if it hasn't done it right. And you can go in with like either a really thin pen or a really thick pen if you want to and fix it. And you can be really detailed about it. Whereas with Wearing, at the moment anyway, you can't edit it yourself. So it automatically removes the background, and to be honest, most of the time it seems to be doing a really good job. But there was one necklace I put in, which I literally copied directly from the picture that I already had in Acloset, and it took away most of the necklace. Also, it's not very good at recognising what the things are. The amount of times it thought my earrings were hats. But another thing I really like about Wearing, which Acloset didn't have, is that it has way more options, first of all for the brand, and second of all of clothing, and second of all for the materials. Acloset had a really limited, in my opinion, selection, and the main ones that it had that I did use were cotton and polyester, but it didn't have viscose, which a lot of my clothes have. I don't know if that's good or bad, anyway. Oh, and the other thing as well that I liked more about Acloset was the tags were so much easier to use. You can tag clothes on Wearing, but basically I like to tag the clothes and things that I was gifted, which to be honest is most of my cupboard, because most of my cupboard is from when I was still living at home, so my parents were buying my clothes. And then since I moved out, I haven't really bought many new clothes on my own. So on Acloset, I had created 3 tags. I'd created secondhand, I'd created gifted, and I'd created memory. Wearing does already have an option for highlighting when it's pre-loved, which I like. That is very easy to use, which I do appreciate. But if I wanted to go into gifted, it did have a tag for it, but it has such a long list of tags, and it doesn't recognise a frequently used tag. Each time I have to type it in again, which is just a bit annoying. I wish I could just sort of have recently used or something like that. And there was something else. Oh, the other thing. Acloset has all the different sections on one page, so you just scroll down and fill in each bit. Whereas for Wearing, for each item of clothing that you log in, it has 3 different pages, which covers the same information as what's on Acloset. And it's just more work to go through the 3 pages. But overall, I must say I am enjoying using Wearing. It seems to be a bit smoother than Acloset. And as I say, it's got quite a couple of things that Acloset doesn't have, which I'm very much enjoying using already. So for now, I'm going to continue to use both, even though Acloset won't have all my clothes, unless they change something. And if I get to a point where I feel confident enough either that Acloset isn't going to change anything or that Wearing is satisfying my needs, we'll stick with it. Anyway, I'm going to continue doing my laundry and then watching the last episode of Luke Cage. And I will see you later on with another update, but I don't know how far away that's going to be. Oh, the other thing I love about Wearing is that, I think I mentioned this earlier, I was really upset to be losing all my data from Acloset from all the times I'd worn the clothes. But when you put something into Wearing, it gives you an option of saying how many times you've already worn it. So I just copied in the figures from Acloset, and that made me very happy. I think my boots I've worn close to 100 times, so pat on the back there. I mean, it's almost certainly been more, but it's definitely been more. Anyway, so yeah, I'll see you with another update, probably much later on. Bye! Hello, I have no idea what I filmed for this video. I know I've done lots of bits and pieces, but this is going to be the final bit of this video, and we're just going to talk about Wearing in comparison to Acloset and kind of how I'm using it and that kind of thing. And then there will be more videos coming up in the future about Wearing, maybe with me doing challenges from Wearing, etc, etc. I've now used Wearing, I think, for about 6 weeks, I want to say. It's mid-March, but I have no idea. I think it was at the beginning of February that it all went weird, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to open it up on my phone and screen record it so that you can see what I'm talking about. So first thing you'll see is I don't like the loading screen of Wearing. Acloset didn't really have a loading screen, I don't think. I think it went straight into the page. But Acloset often took a lot longer to load everything. That being said, I'm probably being biased because a lot of the time I used Acloset, it was on the ship where we didn't have great Wi-Fi. Whereas obviously at home, I don't really have any issues with Wi-Fi. But I don't like that about either app, that they're so reliant on Wi-Fi. I wish there was an offline version. So to begin with, I'll show you my qualms with creating a new outfit because I may as well add what I'm wearing today. One thing already before I start, what I don't like is that it saves every outfit, but you can't edit them. So if I wanted to go add from wardrobe, search wardrobe, and let's say I wanted this outfit, And let's say I wanted to just change the top I was wearing. I was wearing everything else the same, just not that top. If I edit it, it will then go back to whatever date I originally wore that outfit and change it on there as well. And I don't like that. So we're going to delete that because that's not what I was wearing today. I do like how easy it is. Oh, I don't need to show you. I do like how easy it is to add a new outfit because you just press create new outfit and then you press add. It took me ages to realize I had to press add, but we got there in the end. And today, now, one of the things I don't like about wearing is the organization of this section. Yes, you can split it by this, but look, do you see that? If I go onto tops and I want to switch it to bottoms, it still keeps the tops there, whereas I would prefer it if it sort of did that, where it changed, which is what Acloset does. So I'm wearing, oh, I actually don't think I've, oh, yes, I have this top. And see, it's so hard to find, and you can search, so I could search, well, I could search blue, but I own a lot of blue, so it's very hard. Oh, my blue trousers don't even come up in blue. That's a bit stupid. What colour are they? No? I don't know. See, I just find this it's not straightforward. And I think what Acloset does is it has the pictures much smaller when you're doing, I'll go into Acloset later. And it means you can see much more. You can see like 12 items in one go, whereas here you can see maybe 4 if you're lucky. Do I not have these trousers? Oh, there they are. What else am I wearing? I am wearing earrings. So this is another big one that I really don't like. I'm wearing these earrings. And I am wearing a jumper as well, but I'll log that later. And I haven't put on shoes or anything yet. So we're just going to work with these 3 items and you'll already see what I don't like. So I press add at the bottom and see that? It all stacks it on top of each other. Acloset lays it out. And don't get me wrong, Acloset hasn't always been perfect with this, but it's definitely better. Now, do you see how big those earrings are? In fact, just to show you, I'm going to add a necklace. I'll add this one because it's obvious. Look at the size of that necklace. It's ridiculous. So then if you want to resize it, fair enough, you click on it and then you sort of use your thumb and finger. But if I sort of want to go back, oh, well, this time it worked. Oh, see, I accidentally clicked the next one and it's very frustrating. It's not, well, I'll go into the earrings. It's not easy to manipulate at all. Oh, see, now I've gone back on. Oh my goodness, it drives me mad. And it's like the sizing is just all wrong. And again, Acloset wasn't perfect with this, but it definitely was better at making jewellery smaller and it didn't stack them all on top of each other, so it was easier to move it around. Oh, there we go. Okay, so in theory, that's what I'm wearing today. And I'm gonna delete this. How do I delete this? See, it doesn't feel, it's not self-explanatory. I think Acloset was more self-explanatory. I'm gonna make that slightly bigger. Just leave that there for now, and I'll add other stuff later on. Usually I just do it at the end of the day, but to show you. Now, another thing I don't like, if I want to add a top, let's say, if my pictures want to load. So I had a picture here of a top that I took yesterday, and it does automatically remove the background, which is great in theory. Will it let me go into, no, it won't let me go into the image, but you can see that it's not perfectly done. It's pretty good, it's pretty accurate, and that's a pro for me. I appreciate that it is pretty good, but it's not perfect. And on Acloset, you could go in and sort of erase it yourself and it won't let you. I can't actually show it on here until I've saved it. Well, let's just save it without adding anything. This also took me forever. So first of all, you can take a photo or choose from library. I think that's to add to the outfit. Like if you wanted to show a picture of you wearing it. I kept pressing the info button, but it's not that. If I press these 3 lines, that's it. So if I then press redo background removal, it sends it off. And I have done that. Let me delete that. And one of the first items I put into wearing was this necklace. And I've reported the background being wrong, like the background removal, about 4 times since I had this. So again, I think it's about 6 weeks. And I'm gonna do it again now. And it's very frustrating because it says thanks for reporting. And as I say, it hasn't fixed it and I can't fix it myself. And I loved that function on Acloset, that you could just go in and fix it and you could change the size and everything. Now we'll go back to the top that I just added, even though I already had it in there. One thing I do love is that it's got way more brands than Acloset. It's got far more categories as well. I don't know if you can see there. It's got a lot more sort of individual categories, which in a way is good, but also at some point it confuses me. As I say, lots more brands than Acloset. And again, same as with Acloset, it's easy to add a brand if it doesn't know it. I love the fact that it asks you for the state, that you can say it's secondhand. That I'm very happy about. Oh, I can't untick it now, but that is a function that Acloset didn't have, and I had to add my own tag to say secondhand. So I'm a big fan of that. Price, size, I love this as well, because you've got all the UK sizes, but then you can also look at sort of different countries' sizing, which is great, because obviously I've got clothes from Europe, I've got clothes from Australia and the UK, and it's just nice to have all those options. Now for the colours, I feel like some of these are better than Acloset, some of them aren't as good, and you've only got a limit of 3 per item. So if I wanted to have those colours and a 4th, see how the red one comes off, or the pink one now comes off? And that really annoys me. And I wish, first of all, I wish it was in colour order. I hate that it's so random, that really annoys me. And also, it's not very clear, like these 2 greens, oh you can't, whatever. One is regular green and one is emerald green. But and this one is navy, which makes sense, I suppose. But I just feel like I'm missing a lot of colours. And like you see these 2 yellows, they're basically identical. And I'm sure one's yellow and one's neon yellow. But I just don't feel it's clear. What I do like is that they've got gold and silver, and I'm pretty sure that's probably like bronze or copper or something. So there are things I like about it and things I don't. And yeah, it's not perfect. It is what it is. That's one I don't dwell too much on, although it does annoy me that you can only pick up to 3. I like that they've added location. That's obviously a new thing that they've added. And I like it because obviously I've got clothes here in London, I've got clothes in storage, and I've got clothes in Australia. And at the moment, obviously, I'm only logging the clothes I have here. But when I go back to Australia, I'll be able to add the clothes I have in Australia and say these are only in Australia. So I do approve of that. We go into styling. Now that's new. I've not seen that before, the wear it with. And that's cute. I like that they do that. The tags. The tags really annoy me. And maybe people have found good use for this, but for me, it doesn't do it well because it never really registers quite right what it is. So I end up having to delete them. And this is where I do my gifted, if it's been gifted to me. But what you'll see is it looks as though there is no option for gifted and you have to scroll up to see it. And that is a function that happens multiple times with anything you search. Oh, it's because I've scrolled up now, but whatever. See, there I had to scroll up. It's very annoying. And I wish there was a way to say that gifted is a tag I want to use more frequently. A lot of these tags I don't care about, I don't use. But I always want to have a way to say whether or not it's gifted, and it's not super straightforward. I like the season thing. I like that you can say all year round or no season. I find it a bit weird to have both those options, but whatever, I'm sure some people use it. And then for details, this is something I was very happy to see. Where it says unscheduled here, where I can put up the numbers, that means that when I was transferring, I might have spoken about this already, when I was transferring everything from Acloset onto this app, I could still keep track of how many times I'd worn it. I didn't have to log each time every outfit again. So I could say, oh, I wore this pair of boots 35 times, and then it would still count it towards sort of cost per wear, which I loved. A big plus for me with wearing compared to Acloset is that it's got way more fabrics. Acloset has maybe 15 or so, if that, and a lot of them are ones I would never own, whereas this one is much more realistic. It's got things like viscose and elastane, which I wear a fair amount of. I don't know if it's good or bad, you don't have to tell me, or you can if you want to, I don't really mind. But if I have the clothes, I'm not getting rid of them. And polyester, like there were so many things that I found were kind of standard in a lot of my clothes and that Acloset didn't offer, but wearing does. And then I've been using the comment section to write A, who it was from, if it was a gift or secondhand, and B, and this is something I really miss that Acloset has, and that is the date when I received it. Now, obviously I don't know the date for each item, and in Acloset, you had to put a really specific date. You couldn't just say November 2020 or even 2020. You had to say the 4th of November 2020, which was a bit annoying, but at least you had something and you could still sort it by the date or whatever. Whereas here, if I type it in the comments, I can't use it as a function to look through, or if I'm curious to see sort of which item I've had the longest. But on the flip side of that, I can use it to say just, 2020 question mark. If I'm sort of, it might have been then, but I'm not sure. The only other thing, I'm going to delete this now because I'm done with it. I hope I deleted the right thing. Is that when I'm on this page, if I want to sort it, it doesn't give me that many options. And also a lot of the time it does this. It gives you these arrows which actually don't function for anything, which is very annoying. You can't see which one I was clicking, but I was clicking on sort by. But it doesn't have a lot of options to sort by what. So it lets me sort it by upload date, but I don't care about that. I want it to sort by when I owned it or whatever. And I just feel like it's not a neat homepage. I don't know, it doesn't bring me joy to look through this. So I'll quickly go back to Acloset. Oh, and actually one last thing, when I exit the app, I don't think it'll work this time, but usually when I exit the wearing app, within seconds, if maybe minutes, when you try and log back in, it brings you back to that first loading screen, and that really annoys me, and you have to go through the whole thing again. So if you were on a page, it doesn't save. And that's just a silly thing, but it does annoy me. Now I'm going to go into Acloset. Let's see if there's a loading page. Oh, there is a little one actually, but I feel like it usually doesn't take as long. So if I go into all clothes here, you can see, I mean, now they've added these ads, which is a bit annoying, but fine, whatever. I can see 9 items, and I think it used to be 12. And it just feels neater, it feels easier to use. And look, now I've tried to add that same top, and yeah, the background removal wasn't as good as wearing, but I can go in and remove it myself. Wow, and then it saves within like seconds. See? Ta-da, done. And I like that Acloset, I think, is better at picking up on what it is, what material it is, what kind of item it is. The amount of times I've had dresses say that they were parkas or whatever, or robes, like it just, wearing doesn't have the same AI technology. Anyway, and then I'll just show you if I add an outfit. How do I? So here, again, like this just feels so much easier to navigate. So I can go tops. Oh, I've done a top already. I'll do trousers. Oh, I don't like that it's American though. And I'm gonna use jewelry here. I'll put these in. Whatever. Yeah, those are tights. Oh, it did actually do it this time. Usually it doesn't do that. But as I say, they've done this. And why is it not letting me resize it? This is really strange. Usually it doesn't do this. This is being weird. Oh, that's how you resize it. Right. That's actually a very reasonable outfit, I think. Anyway, I was struggling with the Acloset thing because obviously they've updated the app and I've not used it since. But those are my thoughts. Now, I am aware that I'm being quite negative about wearing, even though I'm using it. And I think a lot of the things that I'm annoyed about or that I feel like I'm missing is only because I used Acloset first. I think if you used wearing first, you wouldn't be aware of those things, you wouldn't be missing those things for the most part. And I think if wearing can just fix a couple of those issues, just a few, I think it will make it a much stronger app. And I'm going to keep using it, and there are a lot of functions I like about it, and I especially love the fact that I can track my clothes. But I think the main things I would ask wearing to have a look at if they're watching this video is make it so that we can do our own background removal. I'd really love that. And make it so that the pictures of each item are a bit smaller and give us more options of how to sort it. And when you click tops and then you go into bottoms, don't keep showing tops and bottoms. Change it from just tops to just bottoms. That's a personal preference. Maybe other people disagree with that. But I'm very appreciative of the fact that wearing is free. And so far I've not encountered a limit with how many items of clothes I can have. Now, Acloset had the limit at 100, and I haven't quite reached 100 yet in wearing because I'm just putting them in as I'm wearing them. I did do a little bit of a bulk when I first unpacked, but I gave up on it. But those are all my thoughts and feelings and opinions so far. Obviously, I'm only, as I say, about 6 weeks in, maybe 2 months. So I'm sure I will make more videos later on in the future. If you've used either of these apps or another app, I know that there's quite a few apps now out there that have a similar function. Let me know which one you use, how you're finding it, if you're finding the same problems as I am, or if you're really happy with it. I don't really want to move my clothes again. It is an effort to log each item. Once you've got them on there, it's easy enough to track it, but logging them is annoying. And if there's any videos you'd like to see from me with regards to wearing, let me know. I mean, at some point, almost certainly, I will do a wearing dresses me for a week or something like that. But I don't really want to do that until I've got more clothes logged in there, because otherwise I'm just going to wear what I've been wearing for the last however many weeks. And I want to use it to, find new outfits. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble. Let me know your thoughts, as I said, down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!